Right, guys, so what to expect if you are competing in your first powerlifting competition. I want to inform you guys as best I possibly can as to what the different categories are, what to expect on the day in your given category, and just give you an idea of what to really expect on the day. So, to start with, you have lots of different types of powerlifting competitions. You have SBD comps, you have specifically deadlift comps, specifically squat comps, etc., equipped and raw. So we're going to talk about SBD competitions because they are the standard, the sort of go-to, which is doing squats, bench, and deads. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you turn up to a deadlift competition, it is just going to be deadlifts. Now you have the two different categories, which is raw and equipped. Raw is you're allowed to wear wrist straps, weightlifting belt, neoprene knee sleeves, and a weightlifting singlet, not a suit. For equipped, you are allowed to use other pieces of assistance to be able to lift, such as knee straps, weightlifting suits, things that will ultimately allow you to lever those to be able to lift a little bit heavier. But in terms of how they split everybody on the day, it's done by weight categories. So obviously, if you have like a 63 kilo weight category, you go in the under 63. The goal is to try and be as strong as possible and as close to that weight cap as you possibly can, because ultimately mass moves mass. So if you could be 62.9 kilograms and lean and specifically muscle tissue, the outcome of the competition will be better than if you were 57 kilograms and right at the bottom end of the category, because they'll probably be an under 56 kilo category, for example. So you'll go in your category depending on your weight. Then when you're doing an SBD comp, again, we're going to talk about SBD comps here. You're going to do squats, bench, and deads in that order, okay? You'll get 3 attempts on each lift. Now, a really important thing here is to open with a comfortable lift. You will be asked before the competition starts to set your openers. If you do not hit a weight that you have set and given to the judges, given to the panel there, they will not let you go down from that. So when those numbers are in, they're in. Make sure that opener is a easy lift because you want some points on the board. Ultimately, the whole competition is scored on a points basis of squats plus bench plus deads. So make sure you get something there. I've seen it too many times at these powerlifting competitions where people set their weight far too high, they miss their first one, and then they get nothing on the board, which is not what you want. So again, you get 3 attempts. Your first attempt should be an easy opener. When you're doing your second and third lifts, you can then start to push it a little bit. If you've been doing a 1 rep max in the gym and you know you've got a 1 rep max which is hard but doable, you would do that on your second lift, and your third would be like a Hail Mary, just like a send it. Let's give it a go. Let's try and get a PB on the day. Now with your squats, when you walk out to the platform, the bar will be set for you with the weight that you have given to the panel. They will load that up. You'll go under the bar and you'll be surrounded by spotters, which is great. So safety-wise, you are covered. You'll go under the bar and you will lift the bar. Again, you have a judge in front of you and 2 judges on the side. The main judge you need to be focused on is the one in front of you. They will be delivering the commands and telling you when to lift and when not to. If you do not follow their commands, you will be no lifted. So again, you're walking back with that bar, going to hold the bar on your back. If you're low bar and you're leant over, make sure to look up and make eye contact with the judge in front of you. You have to stabilize that bar. He or she will have their hand up like this. You are going to wait for the squat command. When they see that you're in control of that bar, they will say squat and lower their hand. You are now able to squat. You do not have to squat straight away. If you need a bit more time after they've told you to squat to re-brace your core, you can take that. Brace your core, sit down into the low point of a squat. What they're looking for, and the reason why you have the judges on the side, they're looking for your hips to be at least parallel with your knees, ideally slightly below. Then you're going to come back up And once you have locked the lift out and restabilized that bar and shown you're in control of that bar, the judge in front will tell you to rack. You must wait for that rack command. If you go too quick and you rack up because you're panicking about the weight being on your back, or maybe you just want it off because it feels uncomfortable, or the adrenaline's taken over, and you don't wait for that rack command, despite you doing a good lift, they will no lift you. So, wait for the rack command, rack the bar. Now, when you do bench, different commands for this one. You'll go to the platform again. You will have the bar already set up for you. Lie down on the bar. Depending on the federation that you compete in, they will have their standard for their lifts. Some federations do not like an overarch position. You should be arched, but not overarched. The bar should actually move. You've seen those crazy videos online of people going into such a big arch position that the bar realistically doesn't move very far. That is cheating in my opinion, and to some federations that is the same. So you're allowed an arch, just not too much. Again, your federation will tell you if you're allowed to have your heels off the ground or on the ground. Make sure you check your heels, if they need to be on the ground, must be on the ground before you start, and they must stay there. Your bum also must maintain contact with the bench throughout the whole lift. So once you're there, you set up, you will then lift the bar out. They will then tell you to start. So again, you can't see the judge here. Listen to the start command. You will then go down with the bar, rest the bar on your chest, and wait for the press command. There must be a pause. The reason why they get you to pause is to show that you're in control of that bar, so you're not using momentum on the press, to show that you can truly move that weight. If you didn't pause, they will no rep you. So you need to wait down here for the press. When they say press, go all the way up and lock the arms out. Now again, wait here for the rack command. They will tell you to rack the bar. Wait for that. If you do it too quick, you'll get a no lift, which is not good. Now the last one is deadlifts. Deadlifts are pretty simplistic, being honest. They will just tell you the bar is loaded. When it's your turn, they'll say bar is loaded. You will walk to the platform. You will then be given 45 seconds to a minute to lift that bar and complete the lift. That means get it all the way up, put it down, and look like you're in control of that bar. So anyway, they'll say bar is loaded. You walk to the platform. When you're ready, you lift that bar. You are not allowed to hitch. If the bar looks like it's come up with you bouncing like this, they will no rep you. Okay, they won't clear the lift. You have to make sure it looks like a good deadlift. Lift the bar up, get to the top, lock it out, get your hips all the way through, stand tall, look at the judge in front of you. They will then signal the down command. When you get the down command, place the bar down. I'm not saying you can't let it fall at pace. You can. They're not expecting you to control it completely, but do not drop the bar. There's that famous video of Eddie Hall breaking a world record deadlift back in the day when the world record was not 505 kilograms, where he got all the way to the top, put all the effort in, then dropped the bar, and that was technically a no lift. You do not want to be in that position where you've put in that much work, you get 3 attempts and you've missed one of them because you've just been lazy. Okay, so place the bar on the ground. Once you have set the bar down and the bar has stopped with all its momentum, let go of the bar, stand up, and you'll know if it's a good lift or not. Now, how do you know if you've got a good lift or not? There will be a screen with 3 circles on it behind you or in front of you, or multiple places around the environment you're having your powerlifting event in. All of the judges are given a good lift or a bad lift button they're normally holding on to. Now, if it's a good lift, you'll get 3 white lights or 3 green lights, depending on whatever competition you're doing and whatever they want to use as a good or a bad lift. Generally, it's white lights or a red light, okay? Now, if 2 out of 3 are white lights, that is a good lift. If 2 out of 3 are red lights, that is a bad lift. If you get more red lights than white, that is no lift. That means your rep did not count and you will have to go again, okay? Now, if you miss, let's say, an opener, or let's say opener, let's not talk about openers, because openers you should be able to just open with a very comfortable lift. If you miss your second lift because you go for a PB, maybe the adrenaline takes over. Even though you've done it before, you just can't lift it, right? Now, on that third lift, if you know it was like a technical fault, and actually on the third lift, you know you could do it because you know what correction you need to make, and actually you want to go heavier than that, is that advisable? Well, it depends with the decision being made by you and your coach on the day. But there's nothing stopping you, even if you miss that second lift, from going heavier in the third. For me, personally, it's a case-by-case basis. If, let's say, I've got someone doing squats, they've done a very comfortable opener, their second lift, they get a no lift because they've just not sunk it low enough, but the rep looked easy, and that was just them not thinking, cool, we'll go a bit heavier on the third. If they haven't got low enough because the weight was heavy and they're grinding that weight up, do you go heavier? Absolutely not. Okay, just stick with what you know works. And remember, if you're not hitting your targets of what you expected on the day, on one lift, there are multiple other lifts. If you don't hit your squats, you've still got bench, you've still got deads, okay? If you've prepped well enough, you should be prepared enough to be able to be successful at all of them, but sometimes adrenaline can take over and have a negative effect. So in terms of the environment is always positive. I know people have a bad rep when it comes to powerlifting because it's just a boatload of big people all screaming at each other. It is not that at all. I've seen big guys in powerlifting. I've also seen 60-year-old ladies, 70-year-old ladies. I've also seen first-time lifters that have only been lifting for 3 months. I've seen people that have been lifting for years. But the one key thing that I would take from a powerlifting event is when someone is on the platform, despite whatever weight they are lifting. Again, I've seen a 70-year-old lady lifting 40 kg on a deadlift, okay? And everybody, because it was her biggest lift on the day, everybody, including the 300-pound bloke that's squatting 325, 330 kilos, screaming support at this lady while she's doing it. Everybody is buzzed for everybody else. Even though it's a competition, it doesn't give off that vibe. Okay, everybody is super supportive, everybody is super friendly. Every athlete I've ever taken to a powerlifting competition has made friends in the warm-up zone that they've now still connected with even years on, because everybody just wants to see everyone succeed. Okay, especially your first time competition. It's just about being there, getting on the platform and putting your stamp on that platform as a powerlifting athlete, as being an athlete, a performance athlete of a very, very impressive feat. You know, it's a very cool thing. I would say, arguably, I made a video yesterday saying that for bodybuilding, when you first step on stage, you're part of 0.0001% of the population that will ever be in that shape or ever be on that stage. It's exactly the same for powerlifting. Powerlifting, you'll be part of the 0.0001% of the population that has got up on a powerlifting platform and lifted in front of a crowd. That's an incredible feat, and you need to get that medal for being an athlete at your first competition. That is the most important win. As you go through the federations, if you love it and you keep competing, sure, you can get a little bit more competitive with it over time. But first time, just enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere. Honestly, there's nothing like it. So that's everything you need to think about. That sounds like a lot, but hopefully I've explained it in a good way for your first competition. And if you guys need any help with your own competitions and you're thinking about or considering about entering a competition yourself, drop me a message and I'll help out as best I can, or we can have a chat about it.